Pokemon Horizons just started and it came to us with an action-packed 1-hour special. Let's talk about it. The anime begins with them showing us the Kanto region and all of the familiar Pokemon we know, and we get introduced to our main protagonist, Liko. She's a shy girl who has trouble telling people how she feels, and in turn has a hard time making friends. She arrives at the school where she's attending and meets her friend Anne, who is the complete opposite of her, but they quickly become good friends. She ends up getting an Oshawott. Liko then picked her starter Pokemon, and the fact that Sprigatito wasn't a fan of Liko at first, but how they handled their connection well with it growing more and more as the episode went on was really good. And I really like the selection process of how they got their starter Pokemon. It was pretty cool, and I like how everybody in the class got a different starter Pokemon for every region. Another cool thing that I liked about this episode is that every night Liko kind of draws what happens, and we get to see kind of her insight and what happened in her day. We then get introduced to Amethio, with him showing up out of nowhere looking for this pendant. I really like how Sprigatito was not fond of him either, and the Rising Voltaculars are also looking for her ahead of time, which was a nice touch, and we got to kind of see all of their personalities, albeit very briefly. While escaping, she runs into the Explorers, and Sprigatito gets the courage to start battling, and is able to overpower Zerg quite easily. Just as Amethio is about to battle with Liko, Friede makes his grand appearance, and he's as cool as I expected. The OST playing during their battle is so good, and I can't wait for the future OST we're going to hear for the rest of the series. While the battle ensued, Liko makes sure to run away, making a smart choice, but an attack comes her way and it looks like she's gonna get hit with it until she gets enclosed in a bunch of hexagons making a shield. The pendant must act as like some sort of protector to her, and making it so that she stays safe. After it wears off, she gets taken away by Friede, so I guess kidnapping is okay as long as you're the good guy. They arrive at Friede's airship and we get to see the Rising Voltaculars are a good team as expected, with lots of Pokemon each having specific roles. It was interesting to see Fuecoco here, and I wonder who he belongs to as it's not really said in this episode. With the Explorers hot on their tail, we get to see the introduction of Captain Pikachu, and he's just chilling there balancing on his tail. We even get to see a Quaxly aboard of the ship, so we know all the starter Pokemon are going to be here quite frequently. Maybe the Fuecoco's already Roy's and he's just not there yet, or maybe it'll become Roy's later on, or maybe it's an entirely different Fuecoco. The Explorers finally get on the ship and Amethio asks Liko to join him so that he can leave and leave all of the Pokemon alone. Liko displays her kind personality and agrees to join them, but is stopped by Friede, who challenges him to yet another battle. This time he's going to use Captain Pikachu. Their battle is epic, filled with lots of great action sequences and again an epic soundtrack as they battle, but they are stopped by Liko, who says she doesn't want to bother them anymore, nor be a danger to the Pokemon around them. Sprigatito jumps out of her arms and insists that he wants to battle, firing off a crazy strong attack which could be a grass-type Terra Blast, but I'm not sure. This ends up winning in the battle, but Sprigatito falls off the ship and is taken hostage by the Explorers as the episode ends. This was a great introduction to the story of Liko, and also just in general a great start to Pokemon Horizons. We got some character growth from Liko and Sprigatito, great character introductions to all of our characters, and a great soundtrack to boot. There are even great references to the original series moments, like when she fell on top of Snorlax instead of falling all the way down, and instead unaliving herself. Without a doubt, this episode gets a 9 out of 10 rating for me. What are your thoughts on the start of Pokemon Horizons, and what are you most looking forward to?